Hey YouTubers, my name is Andrea and welcome to my channel Andrea René Abroad, where I talk about Peace Corps travel and working abroad. As you all know, I'm currently traveling through Europe and I wanted to update you on how I got to Morocco from Spain. A lot of times when people travel to Spain, they talk about whether or not they should bounce down to Morocco while they're in Spain. In my opinion, you absolutely should, because it is very, very easy to travel from Andalusia, Spain to Morocco. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I got to Morocco from Tarifa, Spain. In case you don't know, Tarifa is located on the southernmost point of Andalusia, Spain. It's basically on the Strait of Gibraltar. It is just a 35-minute boat ride from Tarifa, Spain to Tangier, Morocco. Because I am traveling in the low season, I did not need to buy my ferry ticket in advance, but if you are traveling during the high season, I highly suggest that you purchase your ferry ticket online before you depart. But if you are traveling during the low season like I did, all you have to do is go to the port that is right at the tip of Tarifa and just walk right into the white building that is right there and buy your ticket. I'm not sure if the prices vary from the high season to the low season, but being that I'm traveling in the low season, my ticket to cross over to Tangier, Morocco only cost 32 euros. Super affordable, definitely a lot cheaper than going on an airplane in a lot of situations, although I will say that some people fly from a major Spanish city to Marrakesh. That's also a popular option to travel from south to north, but in my case, since I was already in Andalusia, Spain, it just made the most sense to start at the top of Morocco and travel south. So what was my experience like on the boat? My boat was set to depart at high noon and it wasn't exactly on time. I think they had to wait for a few different tour groups to get on the boat before they could depart, but basically it was very, very simple. You know, like I said, I just went to the ticket booth, purchased my ticket for 32 euros, and then went through customs. Maybe you're wondering how customs was. It was super easy. I just had my 40-liter pack, and if you haven't seen my video on what I packed, I'll go ahead and link that. But I just had my 40-liter pack, and I did have some food with me just because I've been trying to purchase a lot of my own groceries while I've been on the road. It was really easy. They didn't check to see if I had any produce, which I did have some produce with me, but they didn't seem to mind that. Now, the benefit of being an American, or rather from any country outside of the EU, is that the line to go through getting your passport stamp for the EU citizens is always going to be a lot longer than the other people. So there's two lines at the port, one for EU citizens and one for everyone else. At the time that I was boarding, again, I'm traveling during the low season, I was literally the only person who was not an EU citizen, so I was able to walk right up to the booth, get my passport stamp, and go through to the boat. Once I got on the boat, there was not assigned seating. I could sit wherever I wanted to, and it honestly just looked like an aircraft. It looked like an airplane on the inside, really nice seating, except that there was also plenty of room to walk around. If you were hungry or thirsty, there were also refreshments available for purchase, and I'm sure it was probably a little bit more expensive, but it was a really nice boat. I think when I imagined taking the ferry from Spain to Morocco, I thought it would be a really sketchy boat, but it wasn't at all. It was actually a really, really nice boat. So if you were worried about that, there's nothing to be worried about. Another thing to note is that you need to get your passport stamped on the boat before you get off the boat and go into Tangier. This was actually a mistake that I made. I did not realize that I needed to get my passport stamped inside the boat. So I actually got off the boat and went, and then the policeman was like, you need to go back on the boat and get your passport stamped. So don't make the same mistake that I did. But other than that, it's really, really simple. Again, it was just a 35-minute boat ride. It was really easy, really chill. If you have been wondering whether or not you should take the ferry to Tangier, I absolutely recommend it. It was super simple, and again, much cheaper than a lot of the airline tickets cost. If you haven't followed me on Instagram already, I highly recommend that you do so, as I'm posting daily highlights from my trip of Europe, Morocco, and a few other countries. If you're wondering which countries I'm going to be checking out, definitely check out this video that I'll link up above. Alright folks, I'll see you all next week.